Hi guys, welcome to a new episodes of Blissful Day. So I am holding my daughter's amazing unicorn water bottle. So cheers. I'm still celebrating the Father's Days from yesterday. So I'm fully embracing the unicorn because as you probably know, all girls are crazy about unicorns. And as dads, we just have to embrace it, right? So today to celebrate the post day of being a dad, I say, why not start with an amazing unicorn? But I'm gonna jokes aside, and I'm gonna start a little bit on the topic of what it is to be um, listening. Let me start with a quote. One of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another has to say. Bryant H. McGill. I'm going to read another quote, which is probably more like a poem, but it's amazing. Having eyes, but not seeing beauty, having ears, but not hearing music, having minds, but not perceiving truth, having hearts that are never moved and therefore never set on fire. These are the things to fear, said the headmaster, Tetsuko Kuroyanagi. So I will continue about this part of kind of my little uh, video, the listening. So last time we talked about it was listening, but it was mostly using our mind and how we are in the presence of other people, how we show up, how we um, make sure that we try to really be there for them and try to make sure that we are listening to really what they have to say. And it's not, and there's obviously a big difference between hearing and listening, right? So at the space of hearing. But today, I would love to talk more about what does it take to be hearing and listening from a much deeper place. And that place you probably know is heart. So how do we do that? And today I was doing a little meditation and yeah, yesterday spending a lot of time with my daughter. Uh, a lot of time we spent in the nature yesterday, and I was trying to. Sorry, there's ambulance going on, but we just let it be. And how do we really show up to our conversation? And sometimes how do we even show up ourselves to be make sure that we're fully trying to hear what other things, what other people or the situations are really trying to show us. So what is the big difference? And I think the big difference is just really allowing us to be quiet. And I know one of our fears is to be by ourselves alone in a room. And I think somebody wisely just noted once that if you want to punish somebody, just go and put them and give them time out, right? And it's that the kids are punished to be by themselves. And it's this is like one of the worst kind of joking a little bit, but there is some truth to it, forms of a punishment. So, but how do we not only, it's like when you have to make a decision, right? And how do we know what's right or what's wrong? So which direction do we take? And how do we, make certain decisions? And it's like there are going to be facts stated, but also sometimes we do hear this kind of voice that it's much deeper in that's inside. And how do we start recognizing it and respecting it? And I think as everything else is going to be, practice makes perfect. But I would really, a lot of times, and I think we've all had this, like a voice was telling us, do not do something, or do not, it's like, this is the wrong thing. We did it and we burnt ourselves. And then it's like, oh, I wish I listened, right? This is the time. This is the voice I'm talking about. We all have it. Like any other muscle, we just have to start kind of really, I think, being a bit more reflective. And meditation definitely comes in handy if you want to start embracing that part of the world and that part of you. Also, I'm going to right now ask, so whenever, let's do a little experiment. So I'm going to ask you right now to, have a little finger ready, right? And why don't you, I'm going to ask you something. So why don't you point at yourself? So take the finger, point to yourself. Who are you? What did you do? Did you do this? Or did you do this towards your heart? So most people do this, or me, right? And subconsciously, we're going to point to our heart. It's like a cool little experiment kind of thing. There's like so much more than to explore. A lot of things focus so much on the brain, but there's like even our stomachs. There's science right now discovers there's other brains that are just so much more. There's have as much as activity as our brains. Um, so we definitely would be learning things, but heart is definitely one of those organs that we can listen to and things a lot of more. So I would invite everybody just to kind of start listening to this deeper voice sometimes, and start paying attention and making notes. At the end of the day, it's like, hey, if you, let's say, made a good call or a bad call or something happened, see if the voice was guiding maybe in the right direction. Most likely it is. I would encourage you to do so. And thanks for listening, guys. If you like what I'm talking about, comment on it. Any other suggestions, topics are always welcome. Thank you so much and have a fantastic rest of the day. Bye.